Hi, welcome to my sunroom chat. Today I will continue with the self-induction of force fields by the electron. Today I will concentrate on the role of gravitons during self-induction. I theorize that gravitons are ejected from portals near the marriage line of the two spheres. The model states that a graviton is created from two different spheres as shown in the next slide. S-graviton virtual particles and N-graviton virtual particles are ejected near the marriage line of the two spheres. They immediately bond to create a neutral graviton that does not bond to other gravitons. This solves two important conundrums. N-gravitons and S-gravitons are created giving symmetry to gravitational fields. The two gravitons bond to create a neutral graviton that does not bond to other gravitons. In my book, and hopefully in a future sunroom chat, I will explain how the graviton becomes bound to objects, which allows the graviton to create a force of attraction when it retracts. You will find it a pleasing solution. It must be the gravitons remain in space much longer than any of the other strings. This seems reasonable because they are ejected across galaxies. Thus, it is visualized that gravitons remain in space for billions of oscillation periods. However, it should be appreciated that they only exist for about 1 second. Gravitons are ejected near the marriage line between the two spheres. This area has the densest concentration of strings pressing inward on the electron. And for this reason, we might expect the portals located in this area to be smallest. This matches the idea that graviton virtual particles are the smallest in size. Scientists have shown a graviton is neutral. It does not bond to other gravitons. A graviton is likely small with low energy, with a magnitude of its energy equivalent to Planck's constant. Best theory states a graviton is neutral because it is composed of two strings. N-gravitons and S-gravitons arise near the marriage line of the two spheres, where they quickly bond to create a neutral graviton. Graviton portals are extremely small, and they are located where we can expect to find the greatest concentration of retracting strings. Gravitons exist through billions of string cycles. As gravitons retract because of their elastic properties, they also wind up on the mass of the spinning electron like a fishing line winds onto a reel as shown in this slide. This is possible because the electrons are spinning and have spin angular momentum, and the graviton exists through billions of electron string cycles. In this scenario, the gravitons are being reabsorbed back inside the electron, but they are also winding up on the electron as illustrated. It follows that gravitons act as a cinch, pulling the mass of the particle into an ever smaller space, and at the same time they are causing a division in the electron. This division remains in place during all phases of the electron. Gravitons are responsible for maintaining the two spheres of the electron. Let me emphasize the following. Gravitons exist about 1 second, which means they exist through billions of string cycles. Billions of gravitons with extremely small mass are continually attached to the electron throughout its string cycle. Gravitons wind up on the electron like a fishing line winds up on a reel as they retract back through their portals. In the next slide, I have summarized some pertinent facts concerning gravitons and their role in self-induction. Following this slide, I leave you with a thought to consider and a site where you can read my book and view all of my movies in their logical order. In my next sunroom chat, I will present the role electron strings play in self-induction. Thank you for attending my sunroom chat. You have a nice day. Gravitons are long strings ejected across galaxies, and they take billions of string cycles to retract. Meanwhile, the electron is always spinning rapidly on its axis. Because gravitons exist in space for billions of string cycles, It helps to explain why there are a vast number of gravitons in the space about us. More are created with every string cycle. Because graviton portals are near the marriage line of the two spheres, it forces n gravitons and s gravitons to immediately bond and form a neutral graviton string. It explains why physicists believe spin angular momentum provides energy for self-induction. It explains why photon spin angular momentum is tied directly to photon string cycle rates. It provides a rational reason for an electron to be divided into two spheres. It forces gravitons to wind up on the electron through billions of string cycles, although a graviton only exists for 1 second.